Morning, Troy from the Do-It-Yourself World and the Off-Grid Project. Still got a lot of work to do out here in the yard today. I got gas for the log splitter and for my leaf mulcher. I want to start mulching up all the leaves and cleaning up the landscape around here. For one, I've got to clean all this up so I can work around here safely. And another thing is, it's planting season. I've got to get the garden ready. That is a priority regardless. The house will stand without me working on it. The garden and the seasons will pass no matter what I do. So I still have to get the garden going. I really have to get working on that. So that's going to be one of the priorities today. Getting this this front yard here cleaned up and making it look nicer out here again. That's important. It's going to rain tomorrow or the next day, I'm not sure. So I want to get all my wood in the tent as well. That's going to be tough. The wood is over on this side of the property, and the tent is way over there. I've got to organize the tent and make space so that I have all the wood stored in there, and that I also have space to work with my power tools and equipment. So a lot on the plans for today. Now I can literally say there's not a cloud in the sky. This is a very rare and special occasion. Look at that. Perfect blue, clear sky. Quite amazing. Let's go have a look at the solar. Already moving from orange to green on the status indicator. And we have 13.3 volts, 62 degrees in the batteries, only pulling in 9 amps at 120 watts. That's alright because the sun hasn't cleared the trees yet, and that's about all I'm going to get. So that's not too bad. I am running the modem. I have not yet turned on the inverter, but I will in a few minutes because I'm editing the videos. I usually edit my videos in the morning hours, so that the computer can run during the daylight hours, processing and then uploading videos. So that's what I try to do, is use the sunlight for that. I have not run the generator in about a week and a half, going on 2 weeks now. I have been using only the power from the battery, from the forklift battery. The battery seems to be stabilizing finally. I don't know if it was the weather or temperature or what, but the battery seems to be stabilizing, and I have not changed my use patterns. So I'm using the same amount of energy and time that I was doing before. So that's good. Let me walk you on over to the I'm going to zoom out, up to the weather. Zoom back in. This is going to blow your mind. This is so amazing. 9:30 in the morning, 72 degrees inside and 64 out. I let the wood stove burn out yesterday morning. Had propane on as a standby just to keep the little chicks comfortable. Now, 72 degrees here. Upstairs is maybe 75, 77 degrees, max at the most, and the chicks are doing fine. So 64 already at 9:30 in the morning. That is really amazing. Quite amazing, considering I had ice in my buckets of water just a couple days ago. So looking good. It's going to be an exciting, good, busy day at the Off-Grid Homestead. Doing some cleaning, and Chris came over. We're going to take this over out into the forest where it belongs. Onwards! Hopefully. Problem is there's not much ground clearance on this. And the tires are not very good. That's how I got it. That looks like it's going to go as long as we don't hit anything on the bottom. It's really low. Very low clearance. I cleared a path for Chris to get through with that. Oh wow, he can drive that thing. Wow. He can really drive that thing. I've always been impressed with his skills at driving that garden tractor. Oh, this is something I've been wanting to do, but it wouldn't work on my garden tractor. Nice. Nice. I was going to start splitting logs and I thought about it. It's like, why should I move everything twice? It's such a stupid thing to move everything twice. So he's going to park it right here, right next to where I stack my logs. See how good he can maneuver that thing right in there. Eventually I'll get tires for it. I might take it in, take the rims in and get new tires or junk tires put on it one day. That's right. There we go. There we go. Alright, I'm going to help him. I'm going to see if I can put the stand up. Oh, that's where it's going to rest for now. Thank you, Chris, for the help. Yep. Been wanting to do that for, well, since I got it. But I had to clear those trees. I couldn't get around all those trees before last year. So many trees in the way. So that made it a bit better. Well, we'd be splitting some wood today. I got all the logs out of here. I still have some pieces to cut with a chainsaw. But the logs are out all over here. I did not record myself doing it. I didn't think you wanted to hear my grunting noises. But I'm going to split these logs and throw them over here for stacking. Get them processed. Now the belt has become quite loose, so I'm not sure how well this will work. Well, I've got a tensioner belt. I don't know, it got really, really loose. Now it won't do a thing. So I definitely need a belt tensioner on there now. That's a bummer. That is another job to do. There's always something going on, something needs fixing, something needs working out here at the off-grid homestead. But at least I got the logs over here. I'm cleaning up the mess. Sorting the place out. Well, my cleanup job was delayed a bit. I had one of these from True Value Hardware. This is a pop-up container, 60-gallon pop-up container, and I had never opened it, and today I opened it up and I put some leaves in it and I grabbed it by the handles and the bottom rip. So I went back and I did not have the receipt, so I didn't know if they were going to help me or not. And I want to thank the guys over at True Value Hardware. There's a brand new pop-up container. What happened is the stitching failed on the other. It failed out of the box. I should have checked it. Really, all I did is I picked it up by its handles. And I want to thank the guys over there. They did take care of me. Now I'm going to look like a fool trying to get the latch undone. It latches conveniently in place, pops up, boom, instant container. It holds itself up, and I'm hoping I'll fare better with this one. I had just leaves in it, it wasn't heavy, and I picked it up, and I've got a broken rib, so you know I can't carry much weight. I picked it up, and I was lifting it to put it over the chicken coop, and the bottom ripped. So, whatever. Things happen, it can be. So I'm hoping this one will serve me well. This is where the log splitter was. I've got it out of here, as you can see, obviously. And I'm going to get all these leaves out of here and give them over to the chickens. Chickens love it. There's bugs, worms, and all kinds of junk in here. I'm happy I did not put away my snow shovel. It's quite useful.
This is ultralight. There's really no weight here. So there's just a defect in the sewing. There's a beautiful little find. You gotta check me out later, check my channel later for the vermiculture bin I'll be making. As I work today, I'm gonna keep the worms. And I'm gonna be making a vermiculture bin. This is the perfect time to be finding these things. Let me pause the camera and put these guys away so I don't lose them. Alright, I got a bucket to keep the worms in for now. Valuable. It's going to be food for my chickens, food for fish for aquaponics, and bait for fishing. So I'm going to be making a vermiculture bin today. Basically, vermiculture is a method of raising worms by feeding them all of your scraps. Kitchen scraps, table scraps, vegetable scraps, whatever. And they turn it into the most amazing fertilizer, which I'll be describing all that later. We'll go into all that on the vermiculture video. Right now my goal is to just get this pile of leaves out of here. There's another one. It's the perfect time of year to get worms under the leaves. Because it's wet, it's springtime, everything's wet, the leaves are wet, the worms are just coming up from the winter, and they love this stuff right here. I had to wait for a non-windy, non-rainy day for this project. Obviously, the wind would make it a little bit complicated. Vermiculture. Good stuff. On the path to self-sufficiency, I've got to learn to use everything I can get my hands on. Leaves, some of the leaves go to the chickens, they scratch for the bugs out of it. Some of the leaves get mulched into the garden and herb bed. Leaves are one of nature's finer fertilizers. They break down, they provide ground cover, they retain moisture, they provide nutrients for your plants. Okay, I'm going to take this over and give it to the chickens, and that'll be pretty much it as far as cleanup. But there we have another path, another part of the homestead cleared up. Starting to look better and better every day. Good afternoon, Troy from the Do-It-Yourself World and the Off-Grid Project. Look at that. 79 degrees outside, 81.5 in. Look at this, never before seen. Humidity outside, 18%. Humidity inside, 18%. Nothing I can do about that. We do have fire warnings. I'm getting messages on my phone. Fire warning, fire warning. 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm about to go and cut my hair myself. There's been a lot of discussion about how I cut my hair, if I cut my hair, where I cut my hair. Some of the best compliments I've ever seen is that some people say my hair is cut too nicely, so I can't be doing it myself. Well, I want to say thank you, although that was meant in a bad way. I will still say thank you, guys. Definitely.
So I'm going to go out and get things put together, and that'll be a separate video. I know a lot of people have been wondering about me and my personal hygiene. Nope, not going to be any shower videos, but we'll do hair cutting.